Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So, after I reported that there were hate crimes against me, and I've talked about covert drugging for years, if you look up Morgan Hill on YouTube, you'll probably come across videos like this teacher who attempted to give some kind of drug to her students. I think they were in kindergarten. And recently, someone put a swastika flag on a freeway overpass where MAGA fans usually rally to show their support for President Trump. And a group came to protest against them, thinking it was them or something. And supposedly it turned out that it was not them, but rather an agitator, which shows that there are people who think in terms of meddling in politics, sabotaging, etc. in this area. You might say, one person, yeah, because of the psyop, because of all the witnesses, it's safe to say there's a lot of them. Now notice, people won't respond to Jesus' complaints, right? The Son of God, me. That they'll respond to the locals, which goes back to cultural problems. One of the counter-protesters identified himself as a Christian, and he said that this is not what this country stands for when he was talking to the people there. And both sides apparently were accusing the other side of having put it there, and it turns out supposedly there was somebody who was not affiliated with either side. My take on it is they're all psyop unit types who have been allowed to, they're under the auspices of psychological operation units for the government, and they've been allowed to do what they're doing for effect. Okay, because there's been hate crimes all over this country that have to do with Jews, what have you. And incidentally, it was like 9 days ago, somebody assaulted, if I have this correct, because I read the word battery, I'm reading the annotations and not listening to the video because of my condition, which was caused by fuming and poisoning, even though law enforcement, they're not taking my complaints seriously enough. They know I'm right because they're, lots of their officers are involved in psychological operations, but they're not taking my complaints seriously because, America is a place that doesn't give people its constitutional rights. If you say something that they have unofficially approved of or whatever, and you're part of a group that they've unofficially otherwise approved of, then they let you have some semblance of rights, if you want to call it that. But they don't give people their rights to freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. They turn a blind eye to fuming and poisoning, and I'm sure this happens in every nation in the world, more or less, right now. It's something that the West brought about. It's Western technologies mixed with their Eastern allies that have created the situation where people are victims of technological harassment, technological terrorism, and technological terrorism and technologies used to cover up sexual assaults, what have you. And I get sexually harassed basically daily. And they use technologies and despicable means to do so. And we see it in the militaries all over the world as well. A lot of these technologies are military technologies where people are raped. I wouldn't be surprised if these technologies were made first and foremost to cover up rapes in the military. Okay. And it's I saw a video today about a female in South Korea who was gang raped, and they tried to cover it up in the military there. And there was a huge public outcry because of her committing suicide and recording a video message about how she didn't get justice. And it came out that, that she was gang raped, and higher ups were trying to cover it up. And there's a lot of stories out there. And I maintain that in a lot of movies, they make the rape scenes in a way that is to inspire suffering. Right, it causes suffering, inspires rape to some degree, and inspires people to think a certain way that creates a certain confusion and chaos. Okay, there's a similar effect in regards to rape scenes in the movies. It has a similar effect as people being raped. How it affects me. I'm making it harder for me. I'm being fumed even now. I'm fumed every single day. Okay. My parents face foreclosure. I've been financially sabotaged for years and years. I've been targeted to some degree with psyops. I made a video series about this all my life to some degree. And since 2011, there was a drastic increase in psychological operations, and I've managed to gather the testimony of 23 witnesses to this. And these witnesses have become very hard to find these days, because over the years they've increased their psychological operations. They made the system a more integrated system. They have stronger communication between groups, more collaboration. They're in cahoots. It's a concerted effort. It's clear.